All right. Happy Saturday, you guys. I'm super, super excited that you're here. Again, my name is Melanie Ships out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and we are going to work together and do some emails. All right, we're going to do some email list building. I'm going to teach you guys about email marketing. I'm going to teach you a little bit about how I got into doing this. I'm going to share that here at the beginning, and then get right into sharing my screen and showing you guys how to set up Flodesk, because I feel like the most important thing in this particular training is I want you to be able to walk away feeling confident that yes, I got a Flodesk subscription. If you do not have a Flodesk subscription yet, I want to make sure that on this live call, I will drop my live link that you guys get 50% off. All right. I want to make sure you're getting 50% off of Flodesk if you do not have Flodesk yet. If you have it and you've been working with it, this is going to be a training that's really going to encourage you and boost your confidence, because I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what it looks like to build it. All of the things that are available to you that you can do in your own email marketing. And I love helping you get creative. So naturally, I always said that I have this God-given gift. Way back when I was in elementary school, my family knew that I was creative. And then that turned into, in high school, I was art club president for 2 years. And I would do the most incredible things creatively. It just came very natural to me. And then even in my corporate world, when I was working in the corporate world in pharmaceuticals at Eli Lilly and Company, a part of my full-time job was processes and flows. And creatively, I could visually help people see how to do it when we were using clinical research, which can sometimes be a very boring topic in oncology, and I could make it fun. And then I love presenting and I love teaching. You guys have probably come to know that in me, but I could stand up in front of hundreds of people and I would be able to teach, because my end result would be to help you feel confident to get results using whatever it is that I was teaching, which really is where I think it started a passion for me to coach, right? And then we get into the social selling space. And in 2013, I joined a skincare company and fell in love with it. And I was able to use my professional skill sets in my social selling business. So any of you guys that are working full time right now that are feeling like the social selling gives you a space to be creative, because I think especially here with Savvy, there are so many ways that you can take a product, which is clothing, and you can get creative with it and you can bring value to your customers. And what better place to do that than in emails? Okay. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important. Okay. And so here I am in my social selling business in 2013. Come 2014, I'm like, I'm going to leave my full-time gig, my full-time career. I'm going to come home, be with my kids, and I'm going to do this social selling business in skincare. And so I continue to do that behind the scenes. And the reason that I'm able to do my skincare business alongside of Savvy and alongside of my coaching is my emails. It's where I keep showing up and providing value to my skincare customers, so they keep buying from me. All right. So then I start taking this same email marketing and I start pulling that into Savvy. And this is where I can be creative over in Savvy. And it's not just a space where we're selling to people. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you my slides here just to help you guys understand why email marketing is so powerful and how you can align it in your Savvy business. So let me get my little presentation here. For those of you guys that don't know, I do a ton with Canva. That's another course I'm going to be teaching. But let's talk. Can you guys see this okay? Because I don't see you, which is really scary to me when I don't see you. But I'm assuming
we don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see anything. Okay, hang on. Let me share my screen. Thank you for telling me. Share screen. Here we go. Share. Okay. Now I can see you. All right, here we go. So the first thing that I want to make sure that you guys do is you take your phone, unless you're watching me on your phone, and I want you to flip it upside down and I want you to set it aside. Okay, this is not a power hour for building Savvy. All right. If you are a multitasker, this is not the time I want you to multitask. I want you to get very focused on what I'm going to train you today. And then as you have questions, I want you to drop them in the chat, but I'm not going to do Q&A until close to the end. I'll probably do one right in the middle, and then I'll do one at the very end. And primarily at the end is where, as we do the tutorial that I'm going to do with Chelsea, we're going to help her set up her account. You guys are going to have questions. So please drop those, and then I'll go there to read the questions. I'll read the question out loud for the recording, and then we're going to answer those questions. Okay. All right. So let's do this here. Let me go to the next slide. Okay. So I have so many people that, for whatever reason, based off of their limiting beliefs, in my opinion, because I had them too, that email lists or email list building and marketing is an old thing. It's like something that's old. Nobody does that anymore. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true at all. In fact, email marketing is more powerful today than it's ever been. And I can tell you, especially with Flodesk and the way that they have set this up and how easy this is, you guys want to pay attention. You truly do want to pay attention to this. Okay. So like I said, you've heard that there's power in an email list, but instead you're focusing your time and efforts on beating the algorithm, and you're building your dreams somewhere that you cannot control, which is social media. Okay. So a little bit about my background is, when I hired my first biz coach, one of the things that she was asking me is, do I have an email list? And you guys, at that time, and I hired my first, what I call life business coach back in 2016. And at that time, my skincare business was thriving. In that company, we have what they call a Lexus program or a car program. And our team we were really thriving and growing. And I'm like, I just needed a business coach that could help me take it to the next level. And one of the parts that she asked me is, do you have an email list? And I'm like, what? I have to have an email list? No, I do everything on social media. She said, okay. She says, you need to start thinking about an email list. And so I didn't know what an email list was, other than sending out information to my customers via Gmail. That's just what I did. And oftentimes when I go back to my emails at that time and I looked at what I was sending, it was so salesy. It makes me embarrassed. It was like, look at me. And I use words like I, and look what I'm doing and why these products are the best things for you. And it was not so much about serving them, but choking them with all my products. And I didn't even have call to action buttons so they could even click and go buy my products. I just would put generic pictures in my emails. Okay. But at that point, I was like, okay, no more excuses. I'm going to start doing emails. And at that time, I did Constant Contact. Okay. And I just went into Flodesk last year. So Flodesk is very easy for me, but Constant Contact, I loved it. In fact, I always say that I'm kind of geeky like that. I like analytics. I like numbers. I like to see that my efforts that are being spent are actually growing my business. I'm not just sending out emails to look pretty and nobody's opening them. If I notice on my analytics, people aren't opening them, then that's not a good return on my investment as far as time and energy. Okay. So let me help you understand the power of an email list and the importance of email marketing and how we can get your email list up and running today with Flodesk. Okay. So this is pretty exciting stuff. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a while. So today's game plan is this. This training is about 1 hour in total. I'm going to introduce you to Flodesk and how to show you how to set it up, how to set up your account. We're going to select a template and then go through the basics. And then I'm going to click through some of those basics as Chelsea's doing it. So Chelsea Bennett, my direct business partner, has been very excited to start using email in her business. And I asked her if we could use her account so you guys can see firsthand what it looks like to get in there, set up your account, and know nothing about how to do this. And by my prompting, I will show her what to do. So it's not me clicking anything, it's her doing it, which will then show you guys that you can do this too. And then lastly, I'll answer any questions at the end, because you guys, I love a good, question and answer to help you better understand the basics so that you feel good leaving this call. Okay. All right. So my goal, like I said, is to walk away from this training to know, understand, and believe that you can create an email marketing strategy and feel confident in your ability to use Flodesk and obviously get the results that you're looking for. And what is that? Customers, brand partners. All right. And specifically for this training, I'm going to give you some ideas of ways that you guys can keep providing value other than the information that we get from Savvy, which is the emails that our customers are getting. But as you guys know, if they have not purchased from you, it's my understanding is if they have not purchased from you, they're not getting corporate emails. So this opens up an opportunity for you then to bring your own personal branding, your own voice, and your creativity and put an email in front of your prospects and current customers. Okay. All right. Next. All right. So here's a quick win. I like stats. Like I said, I come from my background as a project manager in oncology in a pharmaceutical company. I dealt with research. I dealt with numbers all the time. My job there was actually to get a clinical drug FDA approved for a clinical indication. So it's constantly in data, constantly, but I loved it. And I geeked out on data. I geeked out on Excel spreadsheets, blah, blah, blah. Right. But then when it came to email marketing and I saw the back end of like analytics, I'm like, this is blowing my freaking mind. Everybody needs to know about this when doing a social selling business. So one thing that I thought was interesting is that, did you know that your content is 5 times more likely to be read when shared as an email than on social media? Okay. So the biggest thing there, hang on a second. Oop, hang on. Okay. So the biggest thing there is that the return on your investment on an email, you guys, is 4,300%. 4,300%. What in the world? Like, seriously, is that even possible? Like in the thousands? 4,300% is a return on your investment for an email. When you take that same messaging, that same picture, that same whatever you're offering, and you put that on social media, your organic reach, according to the algorithms, is anywhere between 1 and 4%. 1 and 4%. So even though, like for me, I think I have like a little over 3,000 friends on Facebook. Take 1 to 3%, 1 to 4. Let's go on the high end. 4% of 3,000. Do the math. What is that? You'd think that I could do that just in my head, but I can't. I need a calculator. So 3,000 times 4% on the high end, I have 120 people looking at my emails. That's crazy. And I don't know about you guys, but I spend a lot of time being creative in my social media to not get the return on my investment. And quite frankly, I'm getting burnt out on social media. I still show up there. I still love social media. I will continue to do that. All right. But social media is not where we should be selling. It should be the handshake and the introduction to who you are. Oops, what happened? You guys there? Hello. Hang on. Sometimes, okay. But it's an introduction of who you are, what you create, what you have to offer, and what you have to sell. So really, it's kind of like this. If you think about going to a cocktail party, would you guys actually, if you went to like a cocktail party and you're like at a networking event, right? And you're trying to meet all these people and you really do want to share with them, like you have the best leggings ever, because you know that you do, and we do. Am I going to grab the microphone and hop up on that stage and be like, excuse me, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me up here? Okay, awesome. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Melanie, and I have the best leggings ever. And this is why you want them. And everybody that has a drink in their hand is going to look at me like I'm crazy. They're going to be like, who in the hell is this girl? They're going to stay far away from me because all that I'm doing is trying to sell to people. When I could have actually introduced myself, I could have let them see my personality, maybe some of my strengths, maybe my passion behind the leggings I'm wearing, maybe my creativity and the way that I dress would inspire them to take action and want to know a little bit more about Savvy. Which is what we're doing on social media, right? So there's a lot of you guys that are learning how to show up on social media and get more followers. But you guys, the goal is to get your followers to then want to subscribe to you and or follow you, and then give them content that would serve them. You consistently would be serving them. Okay. So the good news is that when we invite our followers off of social media app, we're more in control of the experience that they receive from us. I don't know about you guys, but that's good news. That excites me, because if you haven't seen Flodesk or you haven't been using Flodesk, I'm just here to tell you that for the creatives, the creative wannabes, I am so not a creative person, it intimidates me people, Flodesk was created for simplicity. And that is important. And it's why I chose personally to use Flodesk, because it's easy. And if what we're doing is not easy, you guys, I promise you, you will spend $19 a month and never use your email campaigns. I know probably some of you might have already done that because you're frozen in analysis paralysis to know what to do next. Okay. And so next, what we're going to do is where the magic happens. And I think it's important to understand this, is that when we focus on growing our social media with the intention of using it as an invitation to grow your email list, as a place where you can serve and then sell, right? So some of you might already have a link in Instagram where they can click on it, and it would be a place like Linktree, right? For example, that's the one I'm going to use. And with Linktree, they click on it, and then there's a landing page that gives them all these other hyperlinks. And some of those hyperlinks might be your savvy.com website. Maybe it is your Wear and Share website. Whatever it is that you're selling, maybe you've put that right there in Linktree, right? That's awesome, because what's happening is you're taking them off of a social media platform, and then they're going right to your savvy.com site. However, do you guys see the gap that happens when that happens? How do you know the people that you've attracted on your social media are going to your .com site? How do you even know that? Right? So you might, depending on the coaches that teach you, that link, that what I find to be like an amazing asset to social media, you have to find a way to then first collect their email before you deliver anything else to them. Because once you have their email and they opt into the email, then you guys can give them whatever you want on the back end. That's up to you. You can even send them to a more robust landing page, but at that point, you've got the asset, which is the email. Okay. All right. So next, so what can an email do for you, you guys? I think it's really important that you understand this. I'm a how-to coach. I love to teach people technically how to do things, but if you don't understand the why you're doing it, you're not going to be invested in the how. And then you may not even have the belief, you might have a limiting belief that this actually can serve you and work for you. All right. So with emails, how can it work for you is that it allows you to build something you own instead of building on rented social media space. You guys, I don't know if you follow Nicole Wagner. I hated that this happened for her, but I kind of liked it from my perspective as a coaching example, that even somebody like Nicole Wagner, who's a top leader in Savvy, completely lost her ability to be on Instagram, and it freaked her out. And if any of you guys have had this happen to you, and I know Chelsea's a prime example, and how cool that she's going to be on here, and she might be able to share that with you, is that all of a sudden Facebook can shut down your page, Instagram can shut down your page, and you guys have no way of getting that page back up. And if you do get it back up, it might take you a long time, which really then affects your business and your ability to continuously share information to sell, right? So it's going to allow you to build something on your own. It creates a more intimate connection and relationship with your subscribers, right? So whatever you're posting on social media, go put that in your emails. Bring your personality to it. It enables you to reach the right audience with the right offer at the right time, and it's algorithm proof. So have you guys ever opted into an email you didn't want to be on? No. Are you on emails that you hate and you unsubscribe? Yeah, because they're not serving you and they're boring and they're just another salesy email. What you don't want to do is be salesy. So I'm going to teach you how to be creative, right? That's where being a creative coach, I can be able to show you guys how to do that. So stay tuned. It also gives you a chance to serve well before you go to sell, warming up your audience and gaining that like, know, and trust factor, right? You guys learn that all the time on social media. The same principles apply for email marketing. It also helps you automate aspects of your business and communication. So when you guys understand workflows and opt-in forms, it's going to blow your freaking mind. And when you understand how easy it is, you're going to be like, why didn't I do this sooner? And it allows you to create an experience for your subscribers that, that can lead them on a journey to purchase. So what we're going to do next is, I have to keep moving these little boxes around. So see how simple this can be. So automation is key. If you set aside just a few hours, you could create a free offer and your sign up form and start getting a better return on your investment that can be automated. Okay. So are you guys ready? Okay. I know I am. I've been ready for like 3 months to teach you guys this. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to bring Chelsea up. Chelsea, I'm so glad you're here. I know that you're with Ava. Hi, Ava. I hope you can hear us. We're here. All of your mommy's besties. We're going to help your mommy set up her email. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. So Chelsea, if you don't mind, I might have said a couple things that might have triggered some thoughts or an idea of what you would like to share. But I know you and people may or may not know that Chelsea's my direct business partner, and she is a badass, killing it and savvy. Stay tuned. There's pretty amazing things coming for her. So you guys will get to see that here, hopefully in the next week or so. But as she continues to grow her business, as she continues to show up on Instagram, which by the way, she's killing it, and inspires me every single day, she knew that she wanted to do something more. And so in all transparency, I called her. I'm like, I need somebody's account to set up. And before I reach out to like 10 people I had in mind, which a lot of them are you guys, I wanted to be able to serve my directs first. And so I'd already gone through this with Kat, and I wanted to reach out to Chelsea. I'm like, are you in? She's like, I'm totally in. I need help. Let's go. So Chelsea, I invited her to be on this call to share her account with you guys, and we can do this together. But Chelsea, I want to hand it over to you for just a second and share. Why are you excited about emails?
Okay, yeah. So right before Christmas, I have my own headband company, and through my Facebook page, I had my business page for my headbands connected with Instagram, right? Because they have to be connected in order for me to share from Instagram to Facebook. Well, somebody ended up hacking my Facebook, and they took over my business page for my headbands. They ended up taking over my business account through Instagram since it was connected. How they did that, I have no idea. But then since they completely took over, I lost everything on my Facebook, right? Everything, even from her or however, I mean, I had that Facebook since 2007, 2008, right? So when I lost that, I was like, holy smokes, right? I lost all of my conversations in Facebook Messenger. Mind you, I had just started Savvy in the middle of August. So having those couple months built up of all those connections that I was building, all of my posts that I was generating, I lost everything. And I was like, I know, right, that it could happen again. As much as I would not want it to, it's possible. And so I knew then that, yes, I can keep track on pen and paper and I can do all of that. But in order for me to be able to grow my business, I can't solely just rely on Facebook and Instagram, because if those get taken away from me again, I don't want to start from ground zero, because it was super stressful, and the unknown is what made me really nervous. And I knew though, right? I prayed about it and I was like, okay, whoever is meant to come back and whatever, it's totally fine. But I have so many friend requests too that are pending on Facebook still, of people who don't even know that my old Facebook got hacked. So this new one, they think it's just a fake account. So I've lost so many people. And yeah, when Melanie and I had talked, I was like, this is a safe place for us to be able to grow our business. Sure, it's going to take a little work. You have an investment each month that you will have to make, but I'm going to tell you, it is beyond worth it, because if that ever happens to you, and I pray to God that that does not happen to you, because it seriously sucks. You have this to fall back on to keep yourself safe and to keep your business safe, to keep your business running. And heck, when I lost my Facebook, I was without my Facebook and my Instagram business page. I just got my business page back in February for my headbands. Okay. And this happened right before Christmas. And then it was like a week I was without Facebook. So just gone, right? Month end, right, of December, I was like, the timing was awful. But everything happens for a reason. I learned a lot, which is why it's brought me here. So I'm really excited that we can grow this way together, because I'm telling you, it's essential. It truly is essential for us in the social selling world to have this.
Thank you, Chelsea. And thank you, Ava, for sharing. I just love hearing your darling little voice. And so it's so sweet. And Chelsea, when this happened, I was like, oh my God. And she had such momentum in her business. It was just like and it still is. I don't think that it stopped you at all. In fact, I think it put a fire on you to be like, okay, I'm building my accounts, both on Instagram and on Facebook. But yeah, and I think it's a true testament too, that if you continue to do email, you guys, I'm just going to be very honest with you and forthcoming, that if you have Flodesk, and we're going to show you on the back end, and I just dropped my link, that we like affiliate programs, guys. We're selling savvy. Guess what Flodesk does? It's an affiliate program. So if you use my link, and I'm very forthcoming of that, if you use my link, you get 50% off. And then if you subscribe after 30 days, I get a kickback of $19 per subscriber. So I'm pretty much set on paying for Flodesk for the next year. Okay. Yeah, I don't pay for Flodesk. So as you guys set up your Flodesk, you can start with mine and then pay it forward to your people. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do that because you can do Flodesk for free.
That's awesome.
Okay. Are you guys ready to get creative? Is there anything else, Chelsea, that's on your heart that you want to share with us before we get started?
I don't think so. Let's just freaking do this. Okay. Let's do this and let's use this to grow your freaking business. Okay. Let's go. You ready? Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Again, I'm going to share my screen first, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial and background of what Flodesk is in the back. Then specifically, when I go through those same things as Chelsea's doing it, you'll be like, oh, okay, now I know what she's talking about. So this is going to be very high level, very quick. We're sitting at about 30 more minutes of this call. And so just again, as a reminder, if you guys have places to go, people to be with, it's Saturday, don't feel bad. I will be giving you guys the recording on this. Okay. All right. So first things first, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to go over to the internet. I love that. I keep everyone out. Yeah, my husband's actually taking my son, I think, to soccer. Should be, but we'll see. Ooh, hang on. I don't want this anymore. Okay, let's go to Flodesk. Oh goodness, are you okay, honey? Yeah. Okay. All right. Potty fell on the steps. All right, so Flodesk, flodesk.com, all right? Or you can use my link, like I said, and you can try it for free. So the first thing that you guys are gonna do is that you're gonna click the try it free button. And when you do that, just keep in mind, there's no credit card required. You get it for 30 days. When your 30 days is up, then it's going to give you that 50% offer, which is $19 per month. Okay, normally it's $38, all right? So don't pay $38, that's silly, all right? Same thing with Savvy. We don't want people paying retail, do we? We want VIP style clubs. All right, so just a couple of things that I want you to see. So the login, obviously that's where you log in, but there's a Flodesk University, and I'm going to show you another place that you can see this once you're signed into your account. So when I log in, it's going to take me to this screen right here. All right. And you're going to see something about my emails that you're not going to see when you first start. And that's the branding component. There's going to be a branding call that I'm going to do separately from this that can show you how to pick your fonts, how to pick your colors so that they're always there for you so that you see consistency throughout your emails. But don't worry about that today. We're just doing basics. All right. So a couple of things to note. In the upper left-hand corner is an F, and that F is Flodesk, and that always will take you back to your home screen. Okay, that's what you're looking at here is your home screen. So if you ever get in the middle of creating something and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I get back to the home? Go to the F. Very simple. On the upper part of this email is you have 4 tabs. One is called emails. The other is called forms. The other is called workflows, and the other is called audience. Okay. What we're going to be doing today primarily is I'm going to show you how to create a segment, which is going to be your current email list that you have of your savvy customers. All right. That's super simple to do. That's a great way to start. We want to make sure to take that email list and upload it to Flodesk. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to show you is emails. We're going to open up a template. And I can show you a couple of my savvy ones just to spark some creativity, but I primarily am going to show you a template that you're going to see as a new user and how you can get in there and easily populate it. All right. And then briefly, I'm going to show you a form. A form is an opt-in that you can actually put as one of your links on Instagram. On your linked tree, if you have Linktree or Milkshake, there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can use. But if you have an opt-in form that allows them to opt into something and in exchange, you get their email, that's the whole power of Flodesk. Okay. And you guys, I got a whiteboard sitting over here of, I think I counted like 20 opt-in ideas, and I'm going to put this all together for you guys. So stay tuned, and I'm going to give it to you and say, here's ideas on opt-ins that you can create, savvy specific. Okay. All right. So you guys ready? Ready to do this? Let's go. All right. In the upper right-hand corner, the most important piece for setting up your email is going to be this drop down. And so if you do this drop down here, You're going to see the overview. You're going to see email setup. You're going to see domain setup. Again, there's that branding component where you can get in there and you can play a little bit. There's your opt-in setup, integrations, which is very techie term, like email terminology that really means nothing to us at this point, unless you're wanting to integrate it into other apps. For example, if you even wanted your Flodesk landing page to have a way that they can purchase something, that's pretty cool. There's your place for your planning and billing. There's a place for you to share Flodesk, so you all get your own link. How cool is that? We say that with Savvy all the time, but you get the same thing for Flodesk. So go make yourself some money. And then a place to get help. So before I learn anything, I have to know my place. Where do I get help? So when Melanie's not here holding my hand, where do I go? If you click on get help, what's going to open up is this space where you can ask a specific question. So if there's something specific that you're wanting to do, maybe you have some more questions about your account setup, choosing a template and customizing it, setting up your opt-in form, how to automate your campaigns, your audience. You guys see this, your segment and tags, everything I just talked to you about at a high level. If you want to spend more time outside of this training, then I highly recommend that you go to this section. Okay, so it's right there in the upper right hand corner. All right, so let's go back. Go back to Flodesk. I don't know where it's going to take me, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to go back here. Yeah. So let's go ahead and look at the overview part. Now, when you're getting this set up, and we can do this here with Chelsea, I'm going to help her with this piece, is that you primarily are going to have your email address that you use to set up your account. Okay. You want to make sure your time zone is set for your time zone, and then obviously your password. Pretty easy, right? You have your email set up. So this is going to be the email that you send your, these are the names and email addresses your emails will send from. So you can have up to 2 senders. So for an example of this, right here on my screen, you see Melanie Ships at castcreative.co. That is my creative business. So I use Flodesk for my Cast Creative business, but I also use it for my Savvy. And my alternative email that I use is my savvyfitlifestyle@gmail. All right. If you have a third email, it doesn't let you do that right now. Just keep in mind that Flodesk is still in beta, so they're still building out options. But for now, you only get 2. Okay. All right. Domain setup. Now, this is a techie thing. Don't let it stress you out, because it stressed me out at first until I could understand what domain verification is. Is that, for example, I have a website, has not launched yet, but I have a website that's coming. And with that is a domain. So savvy.com is a domain. castcreativeco.com is a domain. When you own a domain, you can actually get an email associated with your domain. So authenticating your domain via TKIM can sustainably increase your deliverability and reduce spam by telling email clients like Gmail or Outlook that the emails you're sending are really you. Now, for beginners, I don't want you to worry about needing to have any of that, because it's not necessary. I still use, as you can see, my Gmail account for Savvy. I just do. For Cast, that's a different story because I have a domain. All right. But just know that that functionality is there. You can always go to Flodesk University and learn more. Now, the branding component of this is where I geek out a little bit, because I do love personal branding. I'm a graphic designer and I love website design. So for me, I love my branding to be cohesive. So if you have a logo and you want to pop it in here, great. If you don't have a logo, but you would love to use Savvy's logo, pop it in here, right? The circle, the moving forward, pop it in here. I use that all the time on my Savvy emails. You guys will see that, okay? Right underneath that, I have my brand colors. Right? If this makes your eyes cross and stress you out at all and gives you anxiety in your chest right now, then don't worry about it. You don't need it. Okay. Amy's like, no, we don't. But the creative in me is like, but it has to match. It has to flow. And then company details. Again, if you have a website, you have a company name, you can populate that here. All right. Company address. All right. This is just me. You do you. I am not going to put my mailing address on my emails. I do not want some freak showing up on my doorstep. So I made this up. Is PO Box 250 Indianapolis 26250 real? I don't know. But for the sake of doing emails, it has to be there. It's just a rule in the email world of marketing. It's just a law. And I couldn't tell you why, but you get creative. I don't care what you put there. You could put Savvy Lane. I think it'd be funny. So social links, right? How do you want to connect your emails to your social media? You guys, this is brilliant. And I love that they have done this. But when I create a template, this automatically, let me see if I can show you. Just play with it, but this automatically hooks to my personal Instagram and my personal Facebook. Okay, so it's very easy to set up. And made with love and Flodesk footer. Yes, you want to keep that on there. Why wouldn't you? Because if somebody clicks on it and wants Flodesk, guess what? Referral. You get paid. So keep it on, unless you don't want it. That's fine. Take it off. All right. Opt-in setup. Okay, this is only going to apply to you if you're doing an opt-in, and then once they opt into your freebie, then once they do, this pops up on their screen. Okay. Hi, thanks for subscribing. You're almost done. Please confirm your email subscription by clicking the button below. I promise to only show up with stuff you actually want to see. You can customize your wording. You guys, let your personality show through. If you are, if you are sassy, be sassy. If you're snarky, be snarky. If you are funny, be funny. Trust me, the more you do this, the more you will come to life. I promise. And people love it. All right. Thank you, pages. All right. Get in here, play. Okay. Integrations. Again, there's all the apps that you can connect to. Again, go educate yourself. I'm still educating myself. Plan and billing. Y'all know, see, I get my $19. I actually got my discount from my coach. So I use her referral link. That's how I was able to get mine. Okay. All right. And then share Flodesk. This is where you can go and grab your referral dashboard. Okay. So give 50%, get 19 bucks. Let me just show you. Look at this. I earned 190 bucks, just like that. 190 bucks from people that subscribed. And guess what? I get a PayPal payment. And next thing I know, I get an email that says you have $47 coming your way. I'm like, who knew? But I'm glad because it pays for my marketing, right? How cool is that? All right. So here's what we're going to do. When you go over to the Flodesk, and Chelsea, I'm going to go ahead and have you load up this screen on your computer, and then I'm going to pass the screen over to you, and you're going to share your desktop, and then we're going to start creating some magic. Okay. I don't see Chelsea. I want to make sure she's there. There she is. Hi.
Hang on. I have to get Ava some more milk. She's requesting. So give me one second.
No problem. I'll just keep going. So let me show you guys something. You guys want to see my email I sent out for Fashion Friday? Why not? Let's just go look. Okay. So this is what I did. And you guys, I try to keep it real. Like I try to keep it real in my emails, and I'm a work in progress. And there are times I send email, I'm like, that sucked, but I had time that was limited. And I'm like, stop overthinking this, just get the daggone email out, and you're going to perfect it as you go. So just know, like, you're going to feel like you need to be perfect, and you're going to hold yourself back, and then you're not going to send an email for a month like I did this last month. So the first thing I said to my audience is, I'm back. And man, that month was a blur. We started off by an exciting time by adopting our Rhodesian Ridgeback dog, which led into a 13-day search and rescue to find our girl. I wanted to send a big thank you to those who reached out to send us love and encouragement. Meant a lot, because a lot of times people who I sell to are my friends, or they follow me on social media, or they might have been seeing that, yes, for 1 month, exactly, that's what I have been doing. And they probably were wondering, where are your awesome emails that I love that you told me and promised me I would get? Well, I didn't send them. I'm going to be honest. I just shut down on all things business, and I just focused on life. And so be honest. People love honesty and vulnerability. And you also give the people that might be considering doing emails, which are your customers that might do business with you, permission to not be perfect. Okay. I also send my savvy emails to my direct business partners. They're my customers, whether they're building the business or they're wholesale customers, they're building the business. So I always want them to see what's coming. Okay. Another thing I put on here is, how can I bring value? So I put on here, so I have this idea I'm working on in Savvy Biz and would love for you to be a part of it. Bringing you value is my number one priority. And I don't want these emails to just be all about products dropping on Fridays. I want it to be more. Would it help you if I brought content that inspired your wardrobe, helped you with fashion tips and tricks, how to organize your closet and clean out your old stuff? Or better yet, what about ways to elevate your look shopping from your own closet? If that gets you excited to learn, then reply and say, hell yes, Mel, I want to learn all the things. So stay tuned as I spice up these emails and make them binge worthy and take you along the ride on this crazy thing called life. Okay. My first call to action, the biggest thing that you guys are going to want to do in your emails, and why emails are so powerful, is it's all about CTA, call to action. And you want to make sure that you're giving them something to do. And one of the first things that we want to do when they open your email is give them a call to action. So for my people, I want to make sure that if they're new to Savvy, that they're setting up their account and then letting them know, and I use the word activate, I will activate a $25 off code to use on your first Savvy order. When they click on this button, it's going to take them over to, and I'm going to show you guys this. It takes them to this page. Let me show you, and look up here as this is popping up. Look up here. It's savvy.com/Melanie Ships/email search. Okay. And it takes them to the screen. So it saves them a step from having to go sign in. Okay. When they click sign in, this is where it takes them, is email search. So you're just you're bypassing that step. Get them right here. Help them create that email. Okay. I just wanted you guys to see that. Okay. You guys are seeing the edit portion of this. So again, when I click on my button, over here on the right hand side is going to be that link, and that is where I can drop my link. There it is. Boom. So it hyperlinks them right there. You guys, that is a huge call to action and something I'm going to continuously coach over and over. I'm going to start teaching this kind of stuff in my power hours because there is so much power in that. And let me just tell you real quick, I lost a business partner last week because I had done all my work to enroll her and she said she was going to enroll with me. And next thing I know, she didn't. And it was really disheartening, but I'm past it now. And she enrolled with somebody else. So I want you guys to know that get them an account first so that when they go and they're eventually ready to go and enroll in this business, that they belong to you. And we say this all the time in leadership, like, create an account, create an account. Well, it's your job to show value in that. And for me, my customers, I tell them, look, I'm going to keep you in the know. As soon as I get you signed up under me, I can't wait to serve you. And I serve them in my emails. Okay. All right. So just a little bit more. Fashion Friday. You know, they can click on this link and it would take them over to the Savvy Lifestyle Co. Facebook page. Right. So if they really do want to watch Fashion Friday and they're not there live, they can click on that hyperlink and it would take them. Okay, Chelsea, I do see you. I think you're there. There you are. Okay. And then again, I just want to show you guys a little bit more. Here's the Fashion Friday drops. Again, don't say buy now or buy whatever. It's so salesy. People are like, ugh, I don't know. It's just a psychological thing that I'm learning a lot about human behaviors and sales. I'm very fascinated by it, but start to use the verbs that get them excited, like discover, grab, something that's fun that they're going to want to do. And when they click on it, for example, it's going to take them directly to that Alexa T. All right. And once you guys are on the savvy.com site and you click on Alexa T on your website, up there in the top, after you click on Alexa T, is going to be your link. And that's the link you put here so that in your email, you guys, they click on it. It takes them right to your website. Okay. Right to your website. That's powerful. And I'm going to tell you from an analytical standpoint, which is a whole nother training, you know who opens your emails, you know who clicks on these links. And let me tell you how easy follow-ups are. It's so easy. They don't know that you know, but I can go over to Sally and be like, Sally, hey, I don't know if you saw my email or whatever, but I really think that Alexa T would look so cute on you. Have you ever thought about checking it out? And she's going to be like, you're reading my mind. It's like, no, I'm just reading my analytics. All right, so you guys can see how beautiful you can do this. And now don't get intimidated by the branding and how cohesive this looks. That's something I'm good at and can teach, but there are templates to show you how to do all this beauty, okay? All right, so Chelsea, I'm gonna hand this over to you because we have limited time. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna make you the host. Here we go, here we go. Where are you, Chelsea? Okay. Make host. Okay. Jackie, my mind is blown. Oh, you just wait, sweetheart. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I have been up at night. This is what gets me up in the morning. Just be able to take Savvy, which I got a whiteboard. You guys have seen it, and ways that I can take Savvy, get creative, and serve our audience. You guys are going to be blown away at how many people are looking at your emails, how many people are clicking on stuff, and then eventually how that can then turn into customers and or brand partners. All right, Chelsea. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you share your desktop with me and bring us right to your flodesk.com page. There we go. All right. So she is brand new. So we're going to go in that upper right-hand corner on that drop-down menu, and we're going to go ahead and get her email set up.
Okay. now I can hear you. All right. What do you want me to do?
Okay, in the upper right-hand corner where you see that little B, that lowercase b, go ahead and do that drop-down menu and click on Overview.
Oh, no, we don't want to hear that.
Okay. All right, so we're just going to go through this a little bit. So for Flodesk account, you want to make sure to put your full name in there.
Even middle
The
name?
name that you want to come through on the receiving end when they get an email. So it'll look like it's coming from you. Perfect. Okay, time zone. Time zone.
Why is this not sliding down? There we go.
Perfect, and your password, perfect. Okay, and then over on the left-hand side, click on email setup. Default sender, yep, your name. So that is what will appear in the from area when you send an email. Perfect. Okay. And see that green button where that green oval, it says verified. So when you set this up, did you get an email that came through that said verify your email?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very simple, guys. All the prompting comes through the email. So as you set up Flodesk, there'll be, I think, another one that prompts you to verify your email. And that's just there as a safeguard to ensure that the email that you're using is legit. Okay, now down there on the bottom, it says add new sender. If you have another email that you want to use, all right, let's say you have a Savvy one you want to use, you can add that. Okay, if you want to do that now, you can, or you can come back.
I just have that one that I use.
Perfect. Go to domain setup. I just want you guys to see what this looks like before, because you saw what it looked like when I had one. And see, you can see it says unable to verify. It says gmail.com. So again, if domain setup is something that you guys want to do, again, go to Flodesk University and it shows you step-by-step how to do it. Okay, let's click on the branding button right below that. Okay, so this is where you can upload a Savvy logo if you want to, if you've got one. Perfect.
That's weird. Just for fun, I can do this one.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I love it. Okay, and scroll down. Brand color, see how it's empty? So that's like an empty palette for you. And I'm going to show you how this comes into play next, okay? So I'll be able to show you how to set that up.
Do you want me to click on one?
On that and see what happens here. Yeah, okay, hex code. So your head might be spinning right now, like what in the world? So hex code, every color, yeah, look at you. I love it. If you guys are Canva people, there's a great way to get a hex code. Chelsea, you seem to know what you're doing here. You want to show us?
Okay, so if you use Canva, I use Canva for everything, and that is where my branding colors are. So one branding color that I use is when I do introduce new brand partners or affiliates to my team. And so if I were to go to this template here, and then if I click on that to select the color, it's going to tell me then, so like I have my brand palette right here, right? So that right there is the hex code. So F0, C0, B8. So then I would take that hex code and then I'm going to type it into my little thing there on Flodesk, right?
Click on the plus symbol, Kelsey. Yeah, click on the plus symbol up there where it says document colors. Just click on the plus.
Oh, yeah.
Click there. All right, there it is.
And
So you can
then-
just copy and paste right there. Yep. For those of you guys, there you go. I love that enter hex code.
Ooh.
So you can take some time and you can go and get your brand colors and go pop them in. And I'm going to show you why that's powerful and super time consuming. Okay. So go back to your email, setting up your email. Yep. We'll go and then scroll down a little bit more, company details. Again, company address. So you definitely want your address in there. So for now, for
My made up address.
whatever you want to do. So you don't have to do that right now because you don't
Okay.
have to show all of us because this is a recording, all your address and information, but that's where you go. And then you can also connect your social links. You guys, it's super simple to do. I think you just go and get your links from Instagram. And if she wants to show us, I would love to, if you could show us how to get the Instagram one, that would be fantastic. By simply
So I
clicking on
already
your
have my I already have my Instagram set up here, right? So I
click
can
on your profile. Yep, that picture. Yep. And then, yep. And right there in the web link, it is located.
bingo.
Perfect. Yep. Facebook, same thing. I like that we're recording so you guys can see how she's doing this because some people aren't aware of how to grab hyperlinks. So there you go. Something about that I can teach you is how to personalize that, but for terms of this, that's how you guys do it. Yeah, okay, so let's go back to the email. Okay, and then on, yeah, you can keep that clicked on because you're definitely going to want some referrals. Okay, opt-in setup, click on that. Okay, opt-in setup. It's very generic. They have like, see how it has that Flodesk. You can actually change that logo. That's where your savvy can come in. But hi, thanks for subscribing. You can do a thank you page that automatically pops up. And you guys, when I shouldn't say guys all the time, I talk to women all the time, but leave the templates for now. Templates are fine if they're generic. You do not have to spend time going in and making sure that they're all customized first before you use your emails, especially if you're not doing an opt-in yet. But when you're ready for the opt-in part, which the opt-in alone will be another training. So stay tuned. I've got a lot more trainings coming. That's where you're going to customize your opt-in. It's like after they opt in and you got their email, then another screen pops up and this is what pops up on the screen. This is that message that you can customize. Okay.
Kim had asked in the chat if I pay for Canva Pro. I do, because I just know how beneficial it is. And I literally use Canva every single day, more than once a day. So if it's something that you do want to get into, and you can even do a free trial at first too. So even just do that, play around with it. But I will tell you, it's worth it each month for sure.
Yep, absolutely. And you guys, again, everybody's onto the affiliate thing. Is that if you go and share there's a link you can share. You can also get kickbacks from sharing Canva Pro. So I'm all into the business of not paying for anything for my business. The free has so much to offer. Yes, absolutely. Some people just don't know it exists. So that's why we're going to bring it to you guys. Because again, we just want to make sure you got money in your pocket and you don't have more money going out. Okay, so let's go down to back to the upper, I'm sorry, over to the left, go down to integrations. Yes, so go ahead and click to connect your Instagram. The reason for doing this is Chelsea's adding her Instagram account is that on the bottom of your emails on most templates, it allows you to pull in your post from Instagram, and it's always in a timely manner. So as you're doing email campaigns, the bottom of your emails are always timely. So if you happen to post that day on Instagram and you do an email later, it's always going to have your most recent posts to Instagram. Okay. That's the biggest one. Everything below that are just apps that you can include depending on what you're trying to do with your email, what the intent of your email is. There's some things here to help you. Okay, on the left, plan and billing. Get unlimited everything. Go ahead and scroll down here. You're going to want to put your credit card information in when the time comes for you to be able to purchase monthly. And as you can see, because she used my link, when her 30-day trial is up, then she can join now for $19 a month. And as you can see, it says 50% off applied. So if you are not seeing that discount for some reason, then just make sure that you are talking to Flodesk and they can apply that to you, especially if you used a referral link. Okay. And the last link on the left says share Flodesks. Go ahead and click that. And right here, give 50% to get 19. So there's your affiliate link. Okay, pretty cool. Keep scrolling down. It's a little bit of a dashboard of your success kit. We wanted to make it as easy as possible to generate passive income. We love that. So you can get the kit and then it shows you how much you're earning. Pretty cool. All right, let's get into that email now. In the upper left-hand corner, click on that F, that Flodesk logo, and we're going to create a new email. Now, I know we're sitting at right at 11 o'clock. So if you have to go, you want more of the tutorial of how to set up that email, you guys can get the recording. I'm going to continue here. We probably have, I would say, at least 15 more minutes. Okay. All right. So Chelsea, if you want to pick one, as you're kind of scrolling through those templates, I want to talk here just a little bit. So on the left-hand side, it says, what's your goal? So you can browse all of those, or they are categorized into certain types of email templates. I want you guys to keep in mind that creativity is blocked when you're looking at a blank screen and a cursor. It is the worst. And we all know that we have intent to be creative, but if we don't know what to do, we get into analysis paralysis, we do nothing. And so Flodesk was created so that these beautiful templates could be used at first. And all you have to do is populate them to, deliver your content. And so if you did nothing to the design portion of this other than add in your copy, which is your wording, then that's success. As you start to get more into your emails and creating your emails, that's when you can start to change up fonts. That's when you can start to change up colors. But for now, for your first email, don't spend more than an hour doing this, because then you're overthinking it. And I only say that because I spend a lot of time overthinking, because I tend to be a perfectionist. And I think a lot of us have that in us. But remember, your goal is to get results. And the only way you get results is if you get content out there. And so if at first you're setting up your emails and you click a template, what you're going to do, let's see, are you going to click this one, Chelsea? You want to just run with this one for now?
Yeah, this is the one that stuck out to me the most.
Okay, let's go ahead and customize. Did you meditate today? I just love that. All right, welcome to the email builder. All right, so in the upper top portion of your screen, you're going to see we're on that second tab now. That's what they call the editor. It's designing your email. So the first thing you did is choose a template. Now we're on that second tab, which is design the email. So here, this is where I want you to pay attention. All right. This is where a lot of people can get stuck because they don't know how to edit. So if you can go ahead and expand out your screen. Is your screen all the way expanded? There it is. Okay. So the first thing I want you to note is that on Flodesk, the most beautiful thing that I notice about it is that it not only has a desktop component where a lot of people do open their emails from a desktop, but a lot of people are on the go and look at it from a mobile perspective. And so Flodesk has created their templates with that in mind. And so as you can see here, Chelsea, on the right hand upper corner, if you would click on just the desktop icon, nope, right below, upper right hand corner, yep, right there, click on that one, desktop preview. This is what it would look like when they are looking at it from their computer. So go ahead and scroll down. See, so simple, so easy. Keep going.
Oh,
look at that.
cool.
Pulled in her Instagram, right? With so much love. And these are the parts we're going to populate real quick. But I wanted you guys to see just the basics without her doing anything, how it's already been customized because she did her back office email setup first. Okay, go ahead in the upper left hand corner and now click on the mobile preview. Pretty cool. Same thing. We'll scroll. See how simple, right? So go ahead and click on back to editing, upper left hand corner, and scroll to the very top. And right there, remember when you selected your logo? All right, so go ahead and click on that. And you can take that little bottom right hand corner, you're going to see a little blue triangle. Yep, pull that out. We're going to take up space here. Here we go. Pull it all the way to the end. There you go. Okay. Now, put your cursor over that image and click. Yeah, click. Okay. When you click on a box, now this is the biggest thing about Flodesk. It's so simple, but as you guys can see this image, it's got a blue line all the way around it. And that is telling you that whatever's inside the blue can be edited. And if it's highlighted in blue, all the options are going to be on the right-hand column on how to change it. And so as you can see on the right-hand side, we can make that logo, we can change the width on that. Okay. Go ahead and click on block. So right now, logo is highlighted. Go ahead and click on block. Okay, so if we wanted to change the background color, if we wanted to change the alignment, if we wanted to change the padding is the amount of room that's around that image. You guys can kind of play with some of those technical components, but for now, it looks good. Okay, so let's go back over and put your cursor back over that image. Yep, see that little plus symbol on the very bottom of that picture? Go ahead and click the plus. Okay. This is the key to Flodesk. The magic happens in your ability to add to and take from, okay? So she clicked on that plus and it opens up all these options. And as you guys can see on the screen, you can add layouts, an image, a logo, a video, which is super cool, by the way. You can take a YouTube and or Vimeo link and pop it right into your email. You can add something from Instagram. You can add text. You can add a link bar. You can add a button. You can add a divider, you can add a spacer bar, you can add social links, you can add a footer, and you can add your address, okay? For now, go ahead and put your left cursor all the way to the left and just click on the white space so we can exit that. Yep, perfect. Okay, and then put your cursor right in that white space below the Savvy logo. Okay, see, that's actually what they call a spacer bar, okay? So click on it. See how it's blue? So we can expand it, make it bigger, we can make it smaller, but you have that functionality to do whatever you want here, okay? On the right-hand side, because it's highlighted in blue, anything that you want to do to change the formatting of that space is on the right-hand side. So if I want color, if I want it to be bigger, see how check that out. See how your branding little bubble popped up? Put your cursor right over that color that you just selected. Your brand colors are going to show up right there. So you get 5 brand colors. So how nice that every time you want to change your coloring, your brand colors are already pre-selected and right there at your fingertips. And you want that, trust me, when you're busting out emails. Okay. All right, perfect. Now let's go to the layout box right below that spacer bar. Go ahead and select that. Now this is cool. This is going to blow your mind. You guys ready? Now, This is a layout. So see how that whole box that she has her cursor over, it's all outlined in blue. So now where your cursor is, Chelsea, go ahead and scroll all the way up to this list of layouts. Oops, sorry, in the right-hand column. Yep, in your formatting. Yep. So even though the box that she has in her email template has this option, she can go over here and select whatever she wants. And so maybe there's something different that you want to put in there. You can click whatever you want. You can just pick one and we can play. Pick one with a, I know which one I want you to pick because I use it all the time. Keep going down. Keep going. That one right there. It says the backpack. Keep going up.
Oh, this one.
Right there. Yep, I love this one. I use this all the time for my Savvy. So I'm going to show you why this is cool because it has a lot of functionality in just one box. Okay. Again, keep in mind, we call this a layout. You guys are changing your layouts. Okay. So on the right-hand side, make sure that you understand that what you're seeing, we're changing the layout. All right. So in this box, she's got her cursor over it and we got a blue line. That's always your reminder that you're editing that box. First things first, click on the image. We're going to start with the image. We're going to change out the image and customize the image. So she could upload an image. And we can just go pick one.
I'm clicking on it, but it's not.
Okay, that's okay. Right above where it says upload image, do you guys see how you can change the shape? You can change it to a square. You can change it to a circle. You can change it to a rectangle. That's okay. We'll come right back in. There might be a little glitch here for you. It happens. You can do a horizontal rectangle. If you do the portrait view of that rectangle, it actually will pull in two images, which I think is fun for purposes of Savvy. Sometimes you want to see the front of a sports bra and you want to see the back of a sports bra. So I really love this layout. I think it's really fun to use. Okay. Now, if you put your cursor back over on your layout, yep, I'm going to highlight it blue, make sure everything's blue. Yep, okay. Now put your cursor in that box on the font. Okay, see that box now becomes blue. All right, that's the key in Flodesk. You got to make sure that whatever you're editing has the bold blue line. Okay, so now let's talk about fonts. So she can change up this font in any way that she wants. And so what you can do is you can select multiple fonts and see where it says font, multiple fonts. It's because Chelsea, in the box that you have chosen in this template has different fonts. In fact, I'm looking at 3 different fonts that have been used. And so go over into your template and highlight the backpack. Okay, whatever you highlight, you can change. Yeah, we can just pick whatever you want, just for purposes of picking. Yep. And it's here where you can change the size of your font. You can change the color of your font. You can change the alignment of your font so that it's goes to the left, it goes to the center, it can go to the right. You can click a button to make it all capitalized. You can change the spacing as far as width and as far as height. All of that is done over on the right-hand side. And so as you get into your template, this is where all that functionality comes into play. Okay, perfect. Scroll down a little bit more and they can see more of that functionality. Yeah, spacing. Okay. Yeah, pretty basic. Now go back and click on your box again. Yep. And click on the bigger box. Oh. Yeah, that box. Yep. It's bold. Now, over on the right-hand side, see where it says block on the top, right next to link? Yep, click on that. I can actually make that whole block, instead of the background being white, which it is, you can click on background right there, Chelsea, and you can change it to one of your branding colors or whatever color you want it to be. See how that changes? Ooh, I know, right? Now go back over and click on read more, that button. Let's change up that little button. Perfect. Okay, same thing. You can change your fill color, you can change your border color, you can change the shape of your button. And so again, if you want to click maybe the fill color and make it, yeah, I know you want this. Yes, I know you want me. See, I love the comedy. Now, if they click on that button, how do we get them to hyperlink to your website? So go ahead and highlight it. It's got that bold blue around that button. And then on the right-hand side, as far as your editing, go up to link. Perfect. That's where you're going to drop your hyperlink. Perfect. And I'm always testing things too as I'm building. I'm also looking at what it looks like on my mobile and what it looks on my desktop before I have my final piece. Okay. Now, what if you wanted to attach a file? What if you're doing an opt-in right in the middle of your email and you're like, get my, like for me, from a coaching perspective, mine might be like, I'm working on something now that I have 20 subject line ideas that you can use in your emails. And so if I wanted them to opt into that, then they can click on it and right there, I can attach the PDF file and boom, they get that PDF document. Pretty cool, huh? Cool. Okay, at this point on this block, on this layout, drop your questions because I want to address those as they're coming. And I know we're sitting at 11:15.
Not a question, but one thing you had showed me is how to flip it. So let's say with Savvy, you're showing multiple things at once. How do you flip it?
Yep. So make sure it's highlighted in blue, Chelsea. It looks like it is, but let's double check. Yep. And then on the right-hand side, go ahead and click block. And there's a flip button. And you click it, and it's going to flip it horizontally. You click the gray area, I think.
Yeah, it's not working.
Okay, click on the box above it.
Make a duplicate. You can show how to make a duplicate. So you already.
Well, that one's not it. Well, for purposes of just flipping, go ahead and click on your logo real quick. It's there. Okay, perfect. Now go back to your box again where it says backpack. Yep. Click on block and click on flip. Huh. So weird.
But
okay.
Someone else had said.
So what Kat was just saying, let's try that.
Tanya had said that it, even when she also tried to add an image, it didn't let her.
Wow, that's so weird. I haven't had any issues and I was just in it this morning working on an email for you guys. Let's table that for just a second. Okay, maybe because it's a free version. I don't know, Patty, that's a good question. Okay, well, let's just write that on our notebook as a customer service thing. Okay, go ahead and highlight on that layout, Chelsea, just highlight it in blue again. I want to make sure right there. Okay, now on the right hand side, you're going to see a little icon that looks like the duplicate icon. So it's right above the, yep, click on that. And it duplicates what you just created. And then go to block and flip. Daggone it. So it basically will flip this so that the images are on the right, the button and the font goes on to the left. And so, yes, you can duplicate a new email template too. So once you create these, you can keep duplicating them. Yeah. Yeah. Now, real quick, I want to show you guys something. So go back up to your first block right there. The backpack. Yep. Yep. And see the little plus sign at the very bottom? Click on plus and click on space. Spacer. Okay. Keep in mind, you guys, when you are looking at emails, if they are too busy, I promise you, your readers are not reading them. And think about how you feel when you get an email. So make sure that you're creating lots of white space in between content too. And that's how you can do it. Go ahead and highlight that again, Chelsea, with your cursor. Another really creative way that you can do it, click on the bottom plus symbol.
It's a green button.
Yeah, we don't want
That's right, Ava. Thank you for sharing. Click the divider. Okay, I love this. So this is where you can change the color, you can change the thickness and the width. And so go to thickness and width.
Push the green button.
You pushed a green button.
Yep, and the thickness, go to width and you slide the width all the way to the right. And if you want that line to go from left to right, that's how you do it. If you just want your line to be a little bit, from a design perspective, you can, change that as well. Also in the line style, do the drop down there, Chelsea, just to show them the type of lines that they can select.
Oh.
Perfect.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cute.
I know. You guys can easily get lost into doing design work, trust me, and you're not selling your customers. But I give you grace because it took me at least probably 10 emails where I really felt confident. And I could then bring in my branding, but mine was very simple at first. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down so you guys can see this. All right, so this is your messaging. So something I want to teach you guys about messaging, less is more. Do not write long paragraphs. In fact, the email that you got from me this morning was probably more text than I typically put in an email. People will not read a whole lot, but I have been taught just from my coaching that I did for my business school is that it always starts with one line to grab their attention. And as you can see in this template, it's lovely to meet you, right? Something that grabs their attention. And then you always like a call to action. So a call to action and purposes of a savvy email could be to create an account, right? That's a great idea for a call to action. Or for purposes of if you wanted to do an opt-in, maybe you have like an outfit guide. An outfit guide is something that I'm putting together, a spring outfit guide. Another thing I'm creating that maybe they would be interested in for a call to action would be a little document that it's called, where did I put it? Let me see, I can show you guys. It's a getting started guide I've been working on. That shows them step by step, create your account. This is the VIP style clubs. This is what you get for the $49 and the $99. Okay. Then another part of this guide would show them if you want to be a brand partner, what are the perks? Okay. And then the very last page of my getting started guide is, do you want to belong to our community? Perfect. Click here and join our Facebook group, Your Lifestyle Shop. Right? You're constantly bringing value. And you guys, I promise you, when your customers start to see just how easy this is and they see you doing emails, they're going to be like, oh, I can do this. It's super simple, but make sure you keep it super simple. Okay. Hopefully that helps you. Okay. So again, download the guide. Again, if you go on the right-hand side, Chelsea, if you want to show them, click on link. There you can attach a link to something. And maybe that might be check out Your Lifestyle Shop, and they click on it and it takes them directly there, or you can attach a file. Okay. Keep scrolling down to this email. I know we're right at 11:21. So much fun.
I think it is so cool that it automatically attaches your Instagram. So too,
Yeah.
then does that, I would assume then, say, the next 3 posts that I make, it'll already update in my email. So it's always
Wow.
current, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I know.
That's
So easy.
Mom.
That is Mom.
And then
Yeah.
right there is a happy P. Go ahead and put your signature in there. I love the creativity behind Flodesk. In fact, when I was using Constant Contact, I had done MailChimp. I've done tons of them. Nothing is as creative as Flodesk, down to even their fonts. So the handwritten Chelsea.
I just put, I like, even when I do, like, I'll always just do XO Chels. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. Then keep doing that. Keep showing
Cool.
up as you. People are going to love that. And then on the very bottom, I like this one. Let's go ahead because let's talk about the elephant. Let's talk about the elephant. Go ahead and click at the very bottom. It says unsubscribe or manage your preferences. So go ahead and click on that.
Where does it say that? Unless I think my bottom bar might be in the way, maybe.
Oh, well, okay.
Because I can't, unless, I don't know if it'll let me move it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. You just
Okay, here, let
highlighted it.
me, if I make my screen smaller, then I can do it. Okay.
There it is. Okay. So then once she highlights that again, remember it turns blue and then it gives you all of your messaging on the right-hand side. And so for message, what I want you guys to see is click on message. And so they have like your standard messaging, which is, or you can do minimal or chill. I use the chill, like no hard feelings, or you can do a custom one, but click on those so they can see the differences. Truth is, we work really hard to only send you content.
Oh.
Breakup is hard. We are likely to
Funny.
overthink it. If we
Breakups
really
are
want to
hard.
go.
Oh my gosh, that is funny.
Can I teach you guys something about unsubscribes? All right. You're going to get your first unsubscribes because they're going to be, you're sending this to people that you've talked to since you started Savvy. And trust me, I got a list of like over 250 of people that have downloaded my app. And I get unsubscribes from them all the time. And at first I was so offended. I was like, oh, they told me they wanted to purchase Savvy. But you guys, you are again serving an audience. And if they don't want what you have to serve, they're not your ideal client. So it's okay. And it tells you a little something about their interest. Now, not to say they're not interested in Savvy. In this example, they're just uninterested in your email. But it might be an invitation to reach out and say, hey, I don't know if Savvy is still on your radar, but since I last talked to you, we're working with new manufacturers. Our quality is incredible. I know the leggings that you tried before weren't your favorite, but man, you got to check out blah, blah, blah. Then go back to private messaging them in Facebook or whatever, but don't take this personal. Okay. Because they may not be an email person. So yes, Chelsea.
Catherine had asked if once they unsubscribe, is there a way for them to resubscribe if they want to? Or would they have to go back into your profile and click on the link and do all that?
They have to resubscribe. So you have to get permission. Yeah. So once they're out in the back end, it puts them in what they call an unsubscribe list. So you would have to probably give them some sort of opt-in, create an opt-in, and I can show you guys how to do that. That is
You almost create a separate thing for it. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Chelsea, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen again. If you want to hand over the hostess to me, I want to show you guys an opt-in form and just what this looks like. You guys are doing awesome. If you're still with me at 11:30 here on a Saturday, I'm glad you're here. I really hope this is helping you. Let me show you, share my screen. Okay, share. Okay. So I'm going to go over to one of my opt-ins. So I have this form. I'm working on a new one called the Getting Started Guide, Ready to Elevate Your Wardrobe. So I want you guys to be able to see this, but Ready to Elevate Your Wardrobe, download the Getting Started Guide and figure out the best way you can save money, earn free product credit to shop, and make money wearing and sharing this incredible brand. Okay. So when they subscribe to this, let me show you. I don't know if this was the best. Hang on a second. I've got some bubbles open on my screen. Download. When they it's not showing on my screen. This is not a good one, but typically this will show the email sequence that they'll belong to. And the email sequence, and now let me show you guys this. Let me go back. See how I have audiences up here? Right here, audience. So right here, and this is a quick tutorial as well, is as far as audience is concerned, you have segments, okay? And so segments for me, the way that I'm doing this is email list building, Flodesk training. I have my Savvy Directs. I have people that have opted in to be a Savvy customer. So for example, right here, Savvy customer. So anytime someone would click on my form, they would automatically be added to this segment, Savvy customers, so that although they've got my Getting Started Guide, moving forward, they're going to start getting my Savvy customer emails, okay? Now I want you guys to think bigger here. Let me go back to that form. Let's think about how we can serve the audience. So if we look at this, for example, the Getting Started Guide, this is something I put together, and I'm happy to show you guys how I've done it, is that once they see this, you know, and they download this Getting Started Guide to figure out the best way they can save money, then what happens on the back end is they're going to get this document. But my goal then is to nurture the sequence, nurture my potential customer and or brand partner. And so what I can do is then I can do what they call a workflow. And this is going to be another training. This in itself is going to probably take an hour, but you create a workflow. Now, the goal of a workflow is that once you have an opt-in and they have subscribed to it, so that's the trigger then is that they're added to your savvy customer list, okay? And then in a timely manner, what happens is that immediately I can tell this email to send out, okay? And now this is a Cast Creative one, but if they've opted into Cast Creative, for example, then immediately they get this email. And I can show you what the email looks like. This is very simple to do, so don't let your head spin. It's no different than creating an email and attaching it to a workflow. But they get this thank you, having you here means everything. And every one of you guys that are on my email list got this. And I introduce myself, a little bit about myself. Here's what you can expect in my emails. And hey, come follow me on Cast Creative, okay? And then, you know, some of my emails that have popped or some of my Instagram that's popped through. But then what happens in this nurture sequence here, sorry, I'm all over the place, is they get this one email and that email is sent immediately. All right. But then if I want to keep nurturing them, I can add another email that maybe is sent again. I can send an email as a next step. Right? So if they got the Getting Started Guide, maybe an email comes next a day later because I can automate it. All right. I can tell the system when to send that email. Maybe a day later after they got my Getting Started Guide, I send an email that says create your account. By creating your account, I'm going to put you in for a drawing. I'm giving a free Sports for All giveaway for the month. And then you just have a button that they can click on and they go and create their account. Okay. And then maybe 2 or 3 days later, I might send another email that is all about Fashion Friday. Right. And then maybe later, I might send another email that's been automated all about how to do sizing, your sizing guide, showing them the sizing guide, showing them the sizing guide video that was created. Okay, so you're constantly bringing value to help them navigate and walk through the journey of starting with savvy to become a customer and or brand partner. Okay, so you guys can build out this nurture sequence, which we call a workflow, and it can be as long as you want it to be, and it could serve them for an entire month, and it's all on automation. Can you guys imagine what it would feel like to automate emails and you don't touch them and yet you're serving your audience, bringing value? And then next thing you know, you look at your inbox and your emails and you got a new customer and or a new brand partner, and you didn't even have to throw them in an ATM page. So as part of your nurture sequence, it could have the Why Savvy, Why Now video in it. Right? So there's so many ways that we are able to nurture our audience and provide that value. I'm looking at the chat right now here. Oh my gosh, I love that. Incredible. What a time saver. Hello, passive income. I have a question. Yes, passive income. You guys, let me just tell you something. I run 3 businesses and I had to figure out a way that it had to be automated. And when I saw Savvy, and I was very in love with the idea of Savvy, and I've been here from the beginning. I'll have my 2-year anniversary in June. I knew that this was powerful. A very powerful brand to leverage. But I also knew that I wasn't going to be the person that was going to show up on social media every day doing reels in my clothes. It just is not what I want to do. For those of you guys that do that and are so good at it, you inspire the heck out of me. But remember, if that stresses you out, but then maybe you're an introvert and somebody that doesn't want to be on social media, but then you can show up and continue to bring value to the people that want to buy from you, do it on your time and do it in emails. That's powerful. And it's just another way that you can grow your business. Now, if you're somebody that does reels, and I know Anna, I watch you all the time and you inspire me to want to show up on reels because you're so daggone good at it. And you're an example of what's working in our company because your business is thriving. Then you're attracting that kind of ideal client because people want what you're doing. But now take it another step farther and say, okay, I've attracted my ideal clients. They love the reels I'm doing. They love the value I'm creating. Now I'm going to go bring more of my personality. I'm going to do a snapshot of that reel that I just did in Instagram. I'm going to add that picture to my email campaign. If they click on the email, it takes them to my reel. They can still watch it, but maybe some people didn't see it because your organic reach is only 1 to 4%. But then you're entertaining. You're educating in your emails. So what can that do for your social media? You're going to boost your social media, right? Because you're going to get more followers that way. But likewise, you're going to take your followers on Instagram and you're going to pull them into your email campaigns because you've created an opt-in to provide value. Do you guys see how cyclic this is? And then you can start creating automation and keep serving in that capacity. And Anna, I'm using you as an example because I know how much time and effort you have created putting reels together, repurposing. Go back to all of those other reels that you've done already and take screenshots of those and put those in your emails. When you talked about the air bra, when you talked about your love for the sewless leggings, reintroduce those reels. It's going to boost your, people going to your Instagram. And then likewise, you're educating them on the legging that you love. And right there, you have a call to action button. They click on it, takes them right to your Savvy website and they purchase. And right there in your email, you reminded them they get a $25 off code for their first order. Pretty cool. Okay, you guys, that is a lot of content. And I know I could keep going on. And I plan on doing another training here to kind of break down some of the stuff that we talked about. But again, like I said, my intent for all of you is to make sure that your Flodesks are set up, your accounts are set up, you have the courage in the next week. All right. If you're not a part of my, I have a thread, Facebook message thread that's specifically for people that I'm helping with email campaigns. If you're not a part of that, just private message me and I'll get you in there. But for those of you that are either watching the recording of this or you have been on here live, your call to action is to get your account set up, send out your first email. And once you send out that email, you get a hyperlink that you can share and you can drop it in that thread so that we can cheer you along. Okay. We can cheer you along by us clicking on your link. We can see what you're creating. We can inspire our community to show people what's possible. My biggest business mantra is showing people what's possible and celebrating that journey. Okay. The same thing that we do in Savvy, but now we get to do it creatively and I get to help you guys get results. And so was that helpful today? It's a lot, right? But it's simple. Very simple. So any questions? I'm going to scroll right through chat just to make sure I've addressed those. But for now, I know we're sitting at 11:30. If you have to pop off and get on with life, feel free. If you guys have some questions one-on-one with me, I'll stay here for just a second. I am going to stop the recording here. Let me see here. Stop recording. Stop recording.